right now that we're going to talk to Will Geddes, security expert, though, because at the very least, we need to be very careful of people scamming other people during this pandemic. Some of them are trying it by sending text messages, bogus text messages, driving you to a website where you give your bank details. We've got guys like the Scumbag currently operating down in Surbiton, knocking on old people's doors, trying to gain access, saying they work for the NHS, injecting old women with something, God knows what, and then taking them for £160, which they claim the NHS will give them back. Will, I can't imagine what you would like to do to this character if you found him and caught him, but what a terribly disgusting individual.
Horrendous, Mike, and this incident is not in isolation. There are so many scams that are going on right now that people have to be aware of. And unfortunately, as is always the way with these kind of scumbags, they will prey on people's vulnerability, their desperation, their isolation, their loneliness. They will try and exploit whatever they possibly can. And we've got to be so cautious at the moment that we don't react as often we might in just knee-jerking to a solution or a way out of this particularly horrible predicament we're all currently in.
Yes, indeed. Liz has tweeted me to say, what a despicable individual. Surely he's committed assault as well as theft by deception, which I presume is true. If he's actually injecting, I mean, God knows what he's injected into her. Apparently it wasn't something that harmed her, so you can only hope that it's not something toxic. But you don't know, do you?
Well, no, absolutely. I mean, even if it was saline or something inert that he was injecting, one can't account for the sanitation, the hygiene, the protocols which you would have from a proper medical practitioner in actually implementing this injection. So, I mean, it may not be the substance actually in the injection itself. It could be actually the needle and the sanitation and some kind of disease or infection she may get from it.
And as far as protecting themselves from this, if you've got elderly relatives, or if there may be some people listening to this now who have had a knock on a door from somebody they weren't sure about. I mean, basically, I guess the principle is don't answer the door, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Number one, don't answer the door. And if someone does come knocking on the door and saying that they can offer a vaccine, well, I would, as the old saying goes, if it's too good to be true, then it rarely is true. So, they should be contacting a family member or certainly a neighbor or someone that they potentially can trust to verify who it is. But these vaccines are not being delivered door to door. I mean, even home tests have not been approved by the government, obviously, for people to take COVID tests. And since the beginning of the outbreak last year, Mike, there have been so many different scams that are out there. It's almost immense. And it's not just necessarily trying to get you to part with your money directly like this individual. It could be an email. It could be a text message that you receive that you click on, which is fundamentally what we call a phishing attack, which is to harvest your details, whether that be, as you say, putting in your bank details or transferring money. Even.
Yes. So if you click on a text message, perhaps, and a link, I mean, that can sometimes be enough, presumably, for them to suck all the data out of your phone, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Or even load some horrible malware onto your device, which is going to then lock it down. So, it's the age-old things, Mike, I always crow on about, which is always back up your devices, because if we can all fall foul of it, we can all make mistakes, but having a good antivirus on your phone and also on your computer and on your tablet, but also make sure you're not just clicking on those links. If you get an email that looks like it should be the real deal, then just type in that email address separately. I know it's boring, but type it in separately into your email browser to verify it is who it says it is.
Absolutely right. Will, great to talk to you. Thank you very much.